Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing an upgrade to the buggy that I've wanted to do since it was built. And that is connect the two manual wipers together so that the driver or the passenger can operate both of them. After the last time I went trail riding, I also found out that the wipers that I have are pretty inadequate. They work great for rain, but they don't work very well at all for dust. And what I mean by that is that they don't have the coverage that I need to be able to clear the entire windshield. So the wipers that I'm using are just this kit right here. It's for a UTV. It's pretty small. It goes through the windshield. This is how I've got the driver's side mounted here. Inside you've got a handle right here that you can pull and operate. And it operates pretty easily. The only problem is, you see, it's not getting most of the windshield. It's getting just the driver's view, which again works great for the rain. But in the dust, it's not so good because it leaves all of this right here dirty. Now, I've already pulled the passenger side wiper off so I can kind of show you what it looks like. But it mounts up there in the corner and does the same thing. It really only gets the corner. I'll put a video, or I'll put a picture up on the screen showing what the windshield looks like in super dusty conditions. I did some trail riding in the National Forest and it was dusty. So I'm going to be upgrading the wipers. You can see I've already started up here, and I'll get the parts on the bench to kind of show you what I'm using. But I'm going to be moving the driver's side wiper arm to here. That way it can swing and get a good portion of this, as well as the passenger side can get over there. So here are the parts that I'm going to be using for the wiper pivots. These are from a Jeep CJ. They mount through the windshield. You see, drill a hole. This will come through here. You've got this little gasket that slides on. This little aluminum piece comes on, and then you have a nut, and it just clamps in between your windshield frame. This is one that I haven't modified yet, but I'll show you here on the passenger side what I've done for it. This one I've modified to make a little bit longer, and I put a slot in it. The reason for that is because of the arc travel that this one has to travel, or this one's going to go, is around 105 degrees, whereas this one's got to go 135 degrees. So I modified this so I can push it down a little bit further so that the movement of this one will push this one the same distance. And because I can't get a 100% good measurement on the angle, I slotted this so I can have a little bit of adjustment while I'm tuning it in. So one more modification that I'm going to make to these before I put them in the buggy for the final time is I'm going to take this handle that was on the old set of wipers, and I'm going to weld it on here. That way you've got a better leverage with this handle to move the wipers instead of having to grab a hold of the little handle here. So I'll weld the driver's side one on the left side, and the passenger side I'm going to weld on the right side. I'm going to do that because these are going to be connected with some linkage, and I don't want the bar to be in the way of the linkage. So here's how I'm making the wiper arms. Since I'm using a Jeep CJ wiper pivot, I'm using a Jeep CJ wiper arm as the base. That's what's going to connect, of course, to the pivot. You can see it's pretty small. There's the part number there. It's for, looks like a 66 to 86 CJ models. So to get a conventional wiper on here, since the CJ has this weird little L hook here instead of like a J hook or a pin or something like a normal wiper or a current wiper, I'm using this right here, which is the replacement wiper arm for a Jeep Cherokee. You can see that's the part number right there. It's a Dorman part. Picked it up at O'Reilly's. And all I'm going to use, I'm going to cut it about right there, and then I'll weld the two together. Alright, so here's what's left of the Cherokee arm after I cut it. See, I cut it right here. Just cut it, end up being right on the edge of the serial number there, part number. And then here's what I cut off of the CJ wiper arm. Now I've got right here, this is the new arm. It's just zip tied together to kind of give you an example of what it looks like. Put a little bend in here so it matches the bend of the arm. But that's my nice wiper arm. Alright, so here on the table is the final setup of the wiper kit. So you can see I've got the two modified Jeep CJ pivots here with my hybrid arm. It's a CJ arm to a Cherokee arm with a pin to a 13-inch wiper blade on the driver's side, and the passenger side is the same modified arm to a 15-inch blade. Here in the middle, I've got just a quick linkage that I made up. It's got basically a nut on the one end that's been drilled out and sleeved to fit over this post on both ends, and then just a bend in here to clear the brace in the windshield frame. I mentioned previously that, so over here on the driver's side, this has got a fixed position. It's 1 inch away from the pivot over here. On the passenger side, I had to modify this one and slot it so that I could adjust the distance from the point of rotation on here. So this one's 1 inch. This one's more than 1 inch now. The driver's side blade needs to travel about 125-ish degrees, whereas this one needs to travel around 105 degrees. If you do the math, find out that for this one to have the same arc length travel, from here to where it ends, as this one, and only swing the 15 to 20 less degrees, whatever that comes out to, it needs to be 1.2 inches away. I've got this set up. I think I originally had it set up at 1.27, but I had my angles wrong when I measured it. Now I've got it adjusted in the right position before I painted everything. But we'll go ahead and put it on the buggy and see how well it all works. So here is the installed product. See, take it, sweep all the way to there on the driver's side, which is all the way to the edge of the passenger side, and come back. I think it might leave just a little bit right there untouched. We'll see. Get some water out, spray the windshield, and see what all it cleans. All right, the windshield is sprayed with a nice mist. Go ahead and operate the wipers and see what all it cleans. Alright, you see it got a pretty good amount. There's some untouched stuff in the middle right there, but that's okay. There's the passenger side. Now the driver's side, obviously, there's this triangle right here that's missed. I think that's going to be okay. I'll go ahead and try it. It's way better than what it used to be. I can still look around and see kind of what's in my way. I'm kind of looking at it at eye level right now. You can move like that and see. I'm already much happier that I can take and just operate them by myself and clean both windows. The passenger can also operate it. It's a little bit more difficult for the passenger to move. I need to rebend this right here. I had to bend it at that way just so that it wasn't sticking out. I need to probably take it down and bend it down a little bit more to give more leverage on it. But you can see this right here stops right there, and there's the up position. But I know that with the vibrations going down the road, the wipers do want to slide down. I mean, kind of see them wanting to slide like that. I've already got extra, I've tensioned the spring to the second hole in these wiper arms. They've got 2 positions for tension, and it wants to slide. That's how they work. If you guys like the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you want, subscribe to see some more content. Thanks.